Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Again, I am shocked at how time just flies on by. I hope everyone is, if you're in the heat wave, I hope you're surviving. Let's see if anybody pops in or if everyone is just like right in front of the fan and just like trying to survive and can't really think about crafty things right now. I feel for you. It's been hot over here in Ontario, but definitely nothing compared to our friends out west. So I'm just going to pull everything up on my computer so I can see as people come in. And it's the 30th of the month, so that means, drum roll please, we have 30% off Concord and 9th until midnight, so that is a fabulous deal. If you had, anything that you were looking for, kind of eyeing, today is definitely the day from Concord and 9th. I will just add the little link here, over here, so you can kind of take a look if you feel like it. Let's see, there we go. Hopefully my internet cooperates. It's been giving me some trouble all day so far, so fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Technology. What else is new and exciting? Oh, 3 people. If you're popping in, say hi so I can see that you're watching. What else is super exciting? Well, I fixed our little card mishap on Monday. I actually even put a video on YouTube, so you can kind of like get a condensed version of the whole card process. Basically, I just restamped and cut it out and colored it and added it. We kind of finished everything else on Monday. So if you're curious, you can check that out. I know that there was a newsletter that kind of goes out just before I go live on Wednesday. So if you haven't already subscribed to our newsletter, it's probably a great time to do it now, because you get a little heads up when we're going live, and then like little sale details, and we're kind of putting things up on YouTube, so you can kind of binge stuff over there if, sometimes you like to craft with things in the background. So that's a fun little... Turn off the sound on my computer. I'm just grabbing the link to the YouTube video if you wanted to see the rest of this. And we have a really fun Canada Day hop happening tomorrow that we're sponsoring. So we're super, super excited about it. We'll have all the links tomorrow, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. We're kind of celebrating crafty companies from all over the country, so you definitely want to check it out. And we're going to be starting our Christmas in July blog hop on Friday. So we are super busy and we have so much inspiration, and we can't wait to show it to you. So today we're going to be creating 2 cards with, here's a little sneak at our newest kit. It's not up in the shop yet, but it will be very soon. I couldn't wait, and I had to just kind of get it out and show you guys and play around with it. So here's kind of a look at some of it. I don't have every single thing that's in the kit, but I do have most of it. So it is featuring Heffy Doodle again, because we love the little images, and the coordinating stencils are always amazing. So in the kit you would get the Pandtastic painters, which is awesome because you can color, you can kind of do like little artistic little images, or you can kind of go to like I love your heart and more sweet kind of sentiments. So it's super cute. There's so much to do, and I especially love You Bring Color to My World. That is so sweet. So you get the stamp set, and then this is probably one of my favorite stencils of all time. It is called the Messy Desk Stencil, and it lets you kind of have like paint drip that coming off from a card front, and it lets you have paint splatter. We used this in a card a couple weeks ago to kind of have a little bit of a brush stroke. So there's so many options, and I think it's great. I love that the kits that we put together come with kind of everything you sort of need to create bunches and bunches of cards. You also get the coordinating create shadow die, which is so super sweet, because in one of the cards we created today, I paired it with create and then color. So it's just, a fun like little encouragement card you can send to somebody. And of course it comes with some sequins. Let's see if we can turn my iPad off. I have too many devices going on here. And my favorite, one of my favorite parts is the coordinating paper that we have. So the kit comes with solid cardstock as well as pattern paper from the Crafting with My Nomies photo plate collection. So it lets you kind of, if you wanted to just kind of have a bunch of cards out together at once, you can kind of use the pattern paper, or if you wanted to get inky, you could do that too. So it's kind of like the fun little patterns, which I thought went really well with the painting theme of the stamp set. So that's all the little components I have. All the full details will be up on the website in a little bit, but it's kind of a little sneak peek on what's coming up. Okay, let's arrange everything for creating some cards. So we're gonna start off with the Messy Desk stencil. I kind of wanted to take this in a little bit of a different direction. I was inspired by one of their design team cards where they colored all the pandas different colors of the rainbow. So that's what we're going to be doing for this one. So we can start with the background. Grab my little stencil. Hi Karen, hello Ellie, hello, hello, welcome. We're kind of creating with the brand new Your Pandtastic card kit that's going to be up in the shop very, very soon. I'm so excited to show you because I love pandas. They are so easy to color, so you don't have to be intimidated at all. And I love this stencil. It's probably one of my favorites of all time. And I think it was a little bit difficult to get our hands on. It kind of sold out for a while, so this is like an awesome addition to your collection. Okay, so the idea for this card was I want to have a rainbow of pandas kind of across, and then I want the paint splatter to come from the top. So I'm going to tape this in place with some washi tape. Hello, hello ladies. How are you guys doing? Are you guys in the heat wave? Hello, Melissa. Hello, hello. Okay, I'm just going to tape this in place. With some washi tape. I think my little media mat from Waffle Flower, my beloved mini media mat, I don't know, I think my cat might have taken it. I have not seen it in a while, and he's obsessed with silicone rubber things, so I'm a little bit concerned. I haven't had time to like plan a full like search and rescue, so I'm gonna try to do that later on today. So we're just going to hope that I don't stain my my craft mat too badly. But I'm getting kind of worried because sometimes, you know, things go missing and you know, you don't get too worried about it because it's probably underneath something or something, you know, there's always usually an answer. But this one, it's been a while, so I'm kind of suspicious a little bit about where the whereabouts of it. So I'm getting kind of worried. Oh, Melissa, that's awesome. You got my card. Yay. I don't know. Has anybody else been having issues with Canada Post lately? I have like, well, I guess my issues are more international stuff, but I don't know what's going on. And we're not even getting mail every single day. Like, I don't know. So you just kind of, you got to roll with it. Karen says, so hot, a cork flew off a wine bottle in the middle of the night and really scared me. Oh my God, and the cat. Oh my God, that is quite terrifying. Like, that would definitely scare me. So I'm going to be using my beloved Distress Oxide ink. So we're going to use Kitsch Flamingo, Squeezed Lemonade, Cracked Pistachio, Tumbled Glass, and Wilted Violet. And I'm going to start off with the pink. So you kind of guessed it a little bit. We're going to be painting the pandas in these kind of coordinating colors. So I'm just going to start with kind of a light hand, kind of off of my the paper on my craft mat, and kind of go on the paper like that. It's just so that, you know, there's no harsh lines or anything. And that, Karen, that's such a waste of a wine bottle. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's been, this past week has been a little bit crazy over here, so I'm glad that tomorrow, you know, we can take a bit of a break, pour some wine, relax a little bit, because it's been pretty crazy. But school is done, so that's good. That's one good thing. So I'm going to move on to the squeezed lemonade. That. Love the pink and the yellow together. Again, it always reminds me of like a tequila sunrise. I don't know why. You can tell what kind of week it's been by my drink references. And actually, I think Tara on our design team, she put these really cute cards up on our blog yesterday, and you should totally check them out because I love how she paired the like sassy sentiments. Brilliant. So brilliant. Now I'm going to move on to the cracked pistachio. And then I'm doing kind of the same process throughout. Love ink blending. It kind of gives you a quick and like really fun, versatile background. So has anybody taken advantage of the Concord and 9th sale? I think 30% off is crazy. I love our 30 on 30. So I'm just going back and forth between the colors so that, you know, if there's any kind of harsh lines, we're just going to remove them. Add some pink. Some yellow. Awesome. And now we're going to move on to the blue. So glad I have the coordinating brushes, otherwise this would be way more complicated for me anyways. Keeping track of which brush goes where. I think it would be also really fun to try this out like with like a paste. It's kind of next on my list to try out. I'm kind of taking that leap a little bit into mixed media. I don't know why, hearts or a little thumbs up if you guys do mixed media, because I find with card makers sometimes we think we get scared with mixed media stuff, and you know, it's just fun. I don't know what it is about it that kind of scares me, but I definitely am tempted to try out more kind of different mediums with stencils, because why limit yourself just to ink blending? So we're just blending everything out. It looks good to me. Put all these brushes up here because the reveal is always super fun. Woohoo, yay, Raya put it up. Awesome, thank you. So that's a look at everything. Again, I love everything comes together. It's coordinated. You can just, right when you get it, take it out of the box and create awesome cards. Wipe. We're gonna need a wipe for this. This is a wipe job. Okay, the reveal. It's always my favorite. Carol says, hi from Michigan. So happy I found you. Oh, yay. Awesome, Carol. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so let's be dramatic with this reveal from our Messy Desk stencil from our newest kit. Ta-da! Yay! Like, look how awesome that is. I love it. So I'm going to clean it up a little bit so that we don't accidentally transfer any ink anywhere. Okay, clean this up a little. This is the only hesitation I have towards more mixed media things, is the mess. But I mean, no matter what, with ink blending, you're cleaning up a little bit too. Love that stencil. Yes, it is brilliant. Okay, put that aside. And now we can color. I just don't want to, it's super wet. We're going to color our little pandas. with our tri-blends. So we're going to use, for the first one, I'm going to use bright pink. So these are kind of like a super fun take on our pandas. But if you wanted to color them for our second card, we're going to just color him the traditional panda colors. So that is a super fun, easy image for anyone to kind of color, and you only need, you know, like one tone. One marker with 3 different tones. So I'm just starting with the darkest color on the edges, and then I'm just blending out with the medium tone. And then I'm going to go in with the lightest tone to kind of saturate the rest of the paper and kind of have a fun little shadow effect. I didn't want to sit here and color all the pandas over and over again in the same colors, so I thought it would be fun to kind of show that you can do so much with these stamps. And I love how, like, this image, they're kind of all holding hands together, so that's cute. We're going to pair it with You Bring Color to My World, because I think that is super fun. So we got our pink bear almost all set. So what do you guys think of the kit? Curious. It's always so exciting putting them together and creating with them and trying to inspire, because we're here, we want to inspire and kind of make it super fun to get creating. Sometimes, you know, you're kind of getting a little, you need some inspiration, you're not really sure where to start. Kits are a great way to kind of get that ball rolling. It'll come with an inspiration sheet with instructions, so you can kind of use that as a jumping off point, and then, you know, it's endless on the options that you can do. So the next bear, we're going to color yellow, and same thing, I'm just going in, starting with the darkest, and then going to the medium and then to the lightest. Denise says, just popping in for a few minutes. I have a doctor appointment on Zoom in a few minutes. Oh, but thanks, Denise. I love that you stopped in. I love seeing Coco. Let's see if I missed anything. Carol says, does the pen have all 3 colors? Oh, it does. Do we have a new? So I use the tri-blends all the time, and I don't. So I kind of talk about them all the time, but I'm glad there's a new person that I can kind of show them to. So these are by Spectrum Noir. They have the original markers as well, but these ones have 3 colors in one pen. Whoop. So it takes away all the kind of thought in like blending colors together. If you already have the Spectrum Noir tri-blend markers, they use the same color system. So like the CT1, CT2, those are the originals. They just kind of formulated them and blended them together to kind of fit in like small chambers on the marker. So they're not like, what are those other, they're not the ones that you have to like react the ink. They are all separate. There's nothing that you need to do. They come all ready to go. So since I think I've had these for a couple years now. It's crazy how time flies. But as soon as I got them, like they replaced the originals for my desk. They're kind of, my son has inherited them. But these, like, I can't say enough good things about them. They're not refillable, but I find that they last me months and months on end, and I use them all the time. It's just, I guess, because the chambers are kind of so small, it doesn't really make sense to pay like whatever it is, $12 for each refill, because then it would cost you over $30 to refill a marker, where the marker retails for a lot cheaper. So they are in our shop as well if you're curious. You can kind of get them as a set, or you can get them separately. Let's see, what am I missing here? Let's see. That looks so cool. Awesome. Yay. Just popping in. Best of luck. Oh, yes, your wrist. Oh, my goodness. Hope it is healing well. Denise says, Coco is staying cool under my bed. She picks a spot near the vent on the AC. Oh, good to hear. That's awesome. Perfect. Okay. I like to go back and check to make sure I'm not missing any comments. So we got our little yellow panda bear here. And now we're going to move on to our green. So I'm going to be using the Jade Green blend for this one. I wanted more of like a turquoisey kind of feel. So I kind of wanted to sort of match up my oxides to the Spectrum Noir Tri-Blends. So same thing, same thing. We're coloring in lots of pandas today. Lots and lots of pandas. Get the little ears, so cute. Appointment is actually the hubby, but it isn't me. Oh, yes. That's all good. Speaking of hubbies who, forget how old they are maybe. So on the weekend, my husband was playing with my son, and they kind of got a little bit too crazy, and he fell on his knee that unfortunately he's had like extensive surgery on. So that was fun. So we've been doing the doctor's appointments and trying to get his specialist to kind of take a look to make sure, you know, there's no damage or no permanent damage, I guess. He's in a lot of pain, but it's never a dull moment here. So yes, I'm all familiar with doctor's appointments for the hubby right now. Just coloring in the rest of the panda. I meant to write Vernon, it's so hot. Oh no. Thanks, Kara. Yes, it's I don't know. I hope that the heat wave does not come this way. My craft room already is like that room in the house where the AC just doesn't reach. It doesn't reach, and it's cold in the winter, it's hot in the summer. So I don't know. I would It's already hot in here, so I cannot imagine zero air going through here. So we're going to color our blue panda now. So for this one, I'm using the True Blue blend. Again, just coloring his little feet. I love Heffy Doodle's images. They are so sweet and they are so fun to color. Definitely makes it a lot easier when the images kind of just flow really nicely and are super cute. Let's see. So again, just taking the medium tone and kind of, I like to blend in like small circular motions so that it kind of, the alcohol kind of reacts and it kind of removes any harsh lines. So what I like to do is I like to stamp out a bunch of images together when I'm not hanging out with you guys. Love that you guys are here hanging out. But I like to kind of stamp everything out and, you know, sit in front of the TV and color. Just kind of, it's nice to zone out and relax. So this one, it's by the sounds of it, needs to be refilled, but it's still working. Just need this little panda to be colored and we're good. And I do like the soft kind of effect it's giving me right now with the three colors. That one. And then finally the purple. Let's grab the purple one. Darling Little Rainbow Bears. Yes! Or they kind of remind me of like Care Bears. Like because there's a little, in the stamp set, there's a little heart image. So you can kind of put it on their little bellies. So it's definitely a really good set to have in a kit because you're able to kind of coordinate it with lots of different things. So we're down to our last little bear here. Cardstock or watercolor paper. So for this card base, I used watercolor paper just because we were doing ink blending. And then for the markers, I use alcohol-friendly paper. So I use Spectrum Noir Ultra Smooth or the Nina Solar, Solar White. I'm like, I had to think about that for a second. Paper is perfect too. So you definitely want to make sure you use smooth alcohol-friendly paper. Whether that's, I know there's so many different brands out there. There's, I think, like Lawn Fawn, Nina, Spectrum Noir, but as long as you have that, because they won't really work well at all with like Bristol or watercolor paper. And also when you're stamping them, you want to use the Memento Tuxedo Black ink, which is safe for alcohol markers. I know that there's some inks out there that are like hybrid. I haven't tried any of them, so I can't really speak to them. I kind of just, this was the one I got when I started crafting, and I kind of have never stopped using it. So you definitely want to use Memento when you're coloring with the tri-blend markers. So we're gonna finish coloring up this little panda. Deanie says, my daughter loved Care Bears. We had so many. Yes, and then I also remember Cabbage Patch Dolls too. That was big. That was super big in the late 80s. It's just so funny. My son, he kind of just like rolls his eyes now. He's like, Mom, you were born in the 1900s? Oh my God. It's just like the late 1900s. It's just always so fun. Oh, kids. He's happy that summer break has finally started, so that's good. I'll give him a pass. So we're gonna finish off this little bear. He's so cute. And the little nose. Denise says, I'll check back later on replay, Jess. Oh, thanks, Denise. Awesome. And good luck with the doctor's appointment. So we got all of our little pandas colored up. Let's see if we missed anything. Nope, we're good. And I'm going to grab my Misty. And we're going to kind of arrange our little sentiment. So I'm going to put this here, hopefully to protect and not to. And then what I like to do when I'm kind of arranging the sentiment is I just take, you know, our little bears, and I just want to get a sort of idea on where we're going to put them. So that tells me where I should put the sentiment. So they're kind of all hanging out here. I think if anybody got this card, like it would brighten up anybody's kind of day, I think. So we're going to use You Bring Color to My World. And I also wanted to point out, because normally, you know, we have a lot of stamp companies south of the border, but Heffy Doodle is actually in the UK. So they spell things the way that we spell things. So I love how you have color, the American spelling, and we also have color, the Canadian or British spelling. So I just wanted to point that out in case anybody is like, you know, a teacher, or like they want to create cards, and you know, the fact that it's missing the U is kind of like making them twitch a little bit. Okay, so we need You Bring, and we need To My World, and we need the color with the U. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I want like kind of spread out evenly throughout the card front. So I'm gonna put color first, and then I'm going to balance the rest of the words to hopefully kind of get it as centered as possible. So I think that's kind of good there. And then we're gonna put You Bring and just a little bit up slightly. That, and then we're gonna add To My World over here. Put these down a little bit if we need to. Nothing is glued down. We're just kind of getting a lay of the land and sort of arranging how they're gonna go. And I think that looks good to me. So we'll take our little party bears over here and we'll ink it up. So for sentiments, I like to use my VersaFine Onyx Black ink. Hello, Margaret. Hello, hello, welcome. Recreating with the brand new Pandtastic card kit. So excited. Comes with a really fun panda stamp set and a really awesome stencil and die and coordinating papers and sequins so that you can kind of create so many different cards over and over again. I love putting these together and kind of giving everybody a starting point for some inspiration. So I'm just doing this lightly because I don't want to shake you guys up too much. So that is our card front so far. And now we're going to arrange our little pandas. I think I want to add some foam tape to them though. And I'm down to this one here. I need to order more of my favorite scrapbook adhesive ones. But every time I turn around, there's something else that I need to restock. Tell me if you feel that too in your craft room. It never ends. And I'm still, I have a few things from the Lawn Fawn release, and I'm still deciding what else that I should grab. So, what else I must have? There's so many must-have things. So just adding some tape, trying not to go too crazy with them, but I like to make sure that they're secure enough. Like if I'm sending them in the mail, I don't want them to start drooping or anything like that. I go a little bit extra with my cards. Margaret, awesome. I'm so jealous of you. How fun. I'm hoping I can get an appointment sometime this year. Please. I haven't even attempted to sort that out yet. So we're going to remove the backing. And we're going to put it right here. And then this one on top. Like that. Just going to make sure we're good on the spacing, and we are. Perfect. It could have started in the center, which is what I usually recommend, but you know, there's what you should do, and then there's the living on the edge, taking a risk. And that fits perfectly. Hey, these guys are so cute. And we forgot one little nose here, so we're going to add the little nose. This little nose. And then I'm going to go in with some coral for some blush. We'll do it all at once in a line because they're all here. And I like to take my blender pen and then I just kind of soften it up a little bit so that it's not so harsh. But I love adding blush because it kind of brings a little bit of life to our characters. And often I'll add it to like toasters and other fun things from the Heffy Doodle, Lawn Fawn, Avriel kind of world where everything is, you know, cute and adorable. So I'll add a little freckles too, I think. It's my other little go-to that I like to do because it just brings a little extra something, I think, anyway. So this is just a Spectrum Noir art liner. And now sequin time. Where did our sequins run off to? Oh, here they are. They were showcased at the beginning, so they can't be very far. The Panda Line Happy Dance. Yes, it's so cute. So I like to take just kind of varying different sizes, and then we're just gonna add a couple of sequins, because no card of mine anyways, and I'm sure everyone out there love adding some sequins. Kind of brings a little something something. I like to add a lot of smaller kind of details. Kind of, they all are small, but they add up for like large impact. Like often I like to add glossy accents, or like our sparkle pen detail. All things that are super inexpensive, but together kind of elevate your card a little bit. So put these aside and we'll glue these down. Let's see if I have my wand anywhere handy. Nope. My wand is often in my little studio when I take pictures, so I think it's being used right now. It's getting ready for its close-up. Just gonna add them in. That. One more little glitter, and that's our first little card. Thanks, Karen. Thank you. So super fun. So I'm going to move this somewhere safe over here, and then for our second card I'm going to take some pattern paper that comes in the kit, which is again the Photo Play Crafting with My Nomies, and I'm going to die cut the heart one with my stitched A2 sized rectangle. So you're gonna hear my little Gemini. I apologize, but I kind of like to mix up a little bit and show you some things in action and have some things ready. You know, it's just, you get a taste for behind the scenes and crafting in the real world. So I'm gonna figure out this. My iPad was just in a place that was kind of questionable. Okay, so let's take this. And then I'm just going to use Heffy memo tape to secure everything in place. It works 95% of the time. But you know, as you know from Monday, there was a little bit of a slip in the die cutting machine, and we've all been there. So that's our card front. My well-loved die cutting plates. Again, and I bought a bunch of replenishments, and I have to find out where I put it to be safe, because, you know, you put things away to be safe and you can't find them when you need them. So we have our fun little heart background, and then off camera I took the other little pattern paper that comes in the kit, and I'm going to put them together to kind of create a little scene. So I glue this down. So my two kind of favorite go-to ways to create backgrounds are to create my own with usually Distress Oxide inks. And then I also like to pair coordinating pattern paper together to get kind of a really fun, whimsical scene. And sometimes you just want to die cut and you just want to make a card. So I love that these go really well with any kind of you know, basic die cuts you might have in your stash. Like you could die cut a heart or a circle, and you can kind of put all the papers together because they all are designed to go together perfectly. That. And you get bunches of paper, so you don't have to like make any crazy tough choices. So we're going to color our little panda here, and he's going to be coloring a little heart. So we got our background all ready to go, and we're going to color him. He's going to be the traditional panda. So I like to, for kind of warm kind of creatures, I like to use the brown gray shades, and then I go with the ice gray shades or blends, you know, for toasters and for, you know, other things. And then for animals, I like to use the brown gray because it's kind of more warm. Put that back up here so we don't lose it. Okay, so again, same sort of idea. I'm just taking the darker tone and kind of going in the edges. So the other way you can color with these is you can take the lightest color, and maybe I'll show the legs that way so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So I just said about, like in a very Canadian way. I just caught myself. So you can take the lightest color and saturate the whole paper. That. So we'll do the two legs at once because they're so close by. Like that. And then you go in with the darkest color, so you'll take the shades, like, you know, the same kind of principle as the other way. And then you're going to blend it with the medium color. So everybody kind of has their way on how they color. I just happen to prefer going darkest to lightest, but I wanted to show you other ways. And the other thing too, again, if you're just starting out, you don't even have to use all three colors. You can just use solid colors and kind of graduate up to blending, because, you know, the blends are all there. The work is done. It's just you can kind of take baby steps. See if I can turn the sound off of this. No. Don't you love when technology works in your favor? It's so good. Okay, so I'm going to take the lightest color, because we kind of did this way a little bit different. So we're just going to do this the way I do it. And turn the sound off of this, hopefully. Why is it still going off? Sorry about that. This is real life. Oh, took the wrong one. Let's grab the latest one. It's always Murphy, so I have my iPad handy, so in case my computer stops working, I have it. But then now my computer's fine, knock on wood, and my iPad is acting up. So, you know, fun, fun, fun. So we're gonna do the same thing, add the medium color again. So what do you think, Carol? Do you like how these kind of work with the three colors together? Does it kind of take away any like intimidation, or do you use Copics, or do you use water-based markers? Everybody kind of has their little, like, you know, what they like to go for. Okay. I think I just realized I took the wrong panda image, but that's okay. So we'll color the little palette. I'm going to grab the same rainbow colors that I used before. Let's see. I wanted to show you the other panda image. Where did he go? Oh, maybe he's over here. Oh, he is here. Okay, good. We're gonna actually put him there. That was my original intent, this guy kind of snuck into my little card area, so we'll use this one instead. And of course we'll add some blush. Carol says, I made mud on peeling papers with all of them. Can't find... Oh. So we're going to add some blush. And again, we're going to use a little bit of the blender pen. Oop, not that side. Kind of softens it up. Little freckles. It's a cute little panda, and we're going to color in the little paintbrush. So I think I want to do the paintbrush like a tan kind of color or brown. Let's see what we have close by. It just kind of looks so it looks like wood. Oops, knock everything over. That, and we're going to color the heart. We're going to try to kind of pull the colors out from the pattern paper so it looks kind of cohesive. So we're going to do the paintbrush. We're going to color the little heart, part of it pink. So we're just going to add a little tiny pink detail like that. And then we're going to add, so this area is so tiny, we don't have to do any shading. We're just going to add the colors. Oh, so I'm going to pull like a turquoise. And a yellow. And I guess a green as well. And then a black if we have, or like a brown, a dark brown. I also like that these little images can be used, let me grab the stamp set to show you. So you can kind of mask out this area and you can add a little panda inside as well. So like he's like painting a little panda. So that's also a fun option. So we got our little paintbrush and our little palette, and now we're going to color our little heart. So I kind of just paired up the closest color I had in my marker stash. So this one is the magenta blend. Could also get artistic with this, and you can just kind of make it an abstract little painting as well. But I thought we're going to do the little heart, but there are endless options. Like that, and then we're going to add some finishing touches. This totally reminds me of Care Bears. 100%. And no, there's no purple. Our little green. So it's like that. And then we're going to color in the rest of the canvas, the tan, so it kind of matches. So again, I'm just taking the darkest tone and starting there. Like that. Add a little up here. Take the medium color and blend out. So you can kind of use these markers as detailed as you want or as lightly as you want. You don't have to go into too much detail. You don't have to spend so much time on it. Depending on what kind of mood you're in and how much time you have to color images. So we have all of our little pieces. So we're going to kind of arrange it like this. I'm just going to play around with it and see how we're going to... Oh, we have a paintbrush and a palette. So we're going to do that, and then, or maybe like this and like that. There we go. And we're, in the meantime, we're going to cut out the coordinating die that comes with the kit. So this is Create, which is so fun because you can use it to send out fellow crafters. So first we're going to die cut. Actually, we can do both at the same time. We're going to die cut out the shadow. Oh, that's awesome, Lynette. Thank you. So I love pairing coordinating stencils and word dies and stamps all together. So the kit comes, kind of does all that work for you, so you don't have to do any of the legwork. So I'm just going to use my memo tape again to just put it in place, and I'm going to run it through my machine. Pardon the noise. We'll keep this panda for later. Carol says, my love is paper piecing, and this card is exactly what I want to do. Aw, that's, yes, paper piecing is always fun. Oh, what happened to the... Let's go find out what happened to our little shadow. I think it fell. Yes. Rescued it. Because my plates are so well used, they're kind of curved. Sometimes these little casualties happen, but nothing is. The die is all good. The die cut is all good. So you can kind of put them together like that. And then I'm just going to glue it in place. So for this card, we're going to put Create, and then we're going to add color. Just putting like a touch of glue. Oh, thanks, Carol. Thank you, thank you. It's super easy with adorable images like this. And we've kind of curated everything together. Okay, so now we can stamp our final little sub-sentiment. Stamp set is here. Let's put away some of these. So we don't need any of these little ones. So I'll take a second to put them away. Sometimes I'm not, sometimes I don't put things right away, back right away. And then it just causes more problems later on. How do you guys craft? Do you like put things away? Do you clean up as you're crafting, or do you just kind of make a big mess and then figure it out after? Curious. I'm a bit of both. Sometimes, you know, when you're right in the middle of like a creating like extravaganza, sometimes it's hard to stop and clean up a little bit. So we're gonna put this down and we're gonna figure out how we're gonna arrange this card. So it's gonna just be in the center like that. Oh, doesn't want to come up. We're gonna put the palette here, and we just kind of want to know where we're gonna stamp color. So create's in the center. And then I like how the little words kind of wrap around each other. It's kind of what I try to do when I'm arranging sentiments. It's one of my favorite things about creating a card, is kind of planning out how the card front will go and how everything fits together. It's probably the most fun for me. So I'm gonna grab my VersaFine. Total chaos, yes. If you guys could see off camera right now, you would shake your head. But then I have to reset sometimes, because sometimes it's just too much. But then when you clean up and you kind of put things back in a different way, then you don't know where you put anything anymore. So it's kind of a catch-22. Gonna hope this didn't move. Okay, it didn't move. I was paranoid there for a second. I thought it might have moved. And I'm like, okay, it didn't move. We're good. That's when you would cover it up with a sentiment or sentiment strip. So we're gonna do the final arranging. Then I'm gonna glue these accessories onto the bear, and then I'm gonna put foam tape on the bear. So this is just going to be flat. Carol says, everything in its place if it's close. I have an empty index card holder. I stand everything in until I'm done. Oh, that's a good idea. I have I think they're made for like the washroom, like bathroom shower storage. Like they're just like little bins with handles that you can take. I have clear ones that I put all of my you know, projects that I'm working on, things that need to get done, etc. But sometimes it's just, it's a big mess. They're like jam-packed with stuff, and it's always fun. And then I had to get, so I store my stamps with the Avriel, I'm gonna leave that for now, with the Avriel clear storage pockets. So and then I use these bins that are made, they're like fridge bins. Again, who would have thought that you could actually use them in the fridge? Shocking. Let's see how we're gonna do this. And I'm out of them. I have to, I had to get more. It's like, that's the solution. The solution isn't like, oh, let's not buy more craft supplies. It's, oh, we just need more storage. That's all we need. So I just want to make sure this is pointing in a way that kind of makes sense. That's pretty good to me. Give it a second to kind of dry, and then add some foam tape to the back. Wherever I happen to throw, see, you can tell it's a little bit chaos. Just throw things and look for them afterwards. So we'll add a little bit of foam tape to, oh, it's a little bit too big. Make sure my fingers are safely away so we don't have a first aid situation. That's not what we need live. Tiny little pieces. I just don't want the little feet to go anywhere. Whoops. I don't like the, if you're putting 3D foam tape, I want to make sure nothing droops anywhere. So like that. Looks good to me. Remove the backing. That. Place our little artist here. Add some glue to our little sentiment, our little Heffy cut sentiment. Missed a little spot, fix that. And then we're gonna add some dyes, and then we're gonna add some sequins, and then we're all done. So I'm just going to, I love how the glue gives you that second to shimmy things into place if you need to. I'm deciding if we need to add anything extra, but I'll let that simmer for a second, and we'll put some of the coordinating sequins that come in the kit. Love this little blend that's together. It's so pretty. And it's a little bit different from my normal clear sequins. So it's fun to have options. I think that looks good to me there. So we'll glue them into place. It's a lot easier with my embellishment wand, which is probably underneath some stuff in my little studio. In Air Bunny's, my studio. Awesome. So that's our second card that we created with the kit. So we used the stamp set. I'll give you one last look at it. The Pandtastic Painters. So this is kind of our center focus of the kit, with the little artistic little images and the pandas. And then we also used the pattern paper that comes in the kit. I have a few left. We used this one, and we got these patterns, so you get bunches of them, which is awesome. And then you also get some solid cardstock, and you get some white cardstock, and you get card bases, and you get the little create die. What do we do with him? He's over here. And you get the sequins and the I guess the showstopper, which is the messy desk stencil. So love. So all this is kind of curated for you guys to kind of create right out of the box. So there's a little link in the comment section if you wanted to check it out. I'm so glad everybody came out and hung out. I love spending time with you guys in my craft room. So here's our first card that we created. I took some inspiration from one of the Hefty Doodle design team members. She kind of did a rainbow effect, a little bit different than what we did, but I like the idea of adding different colors. So you can kind of go this route, or you can use let the pattern papers create a background for you. So awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I realized at the beginning I showed you this MFT card we created, but I did not tell you who is going to get it sent to them. So I picked a random person, and it's Jenny Freeman. So Jenny, if you're watching and you'd like to send this, if you'd like to receive this card, let us know and send us a direct message, and I'll send it out your way. And then we have our Lawn Fawn release party winners. So that took a little bit longer to go through. And this morning, with the internet kind of being hit or miss, I wasn't able to get the winners for our live, but I'll have them for you by the end of the day. So that's super exciting. So I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out and participating. I so appreciate it, and I love it. If you like this video, be sure to like it. Let Facebook know you want to see it more often, because it'll kind of, let you know notification wise when we're going live. And also, if you haven't subscribed to our newsletter yet, it's a great idea to do that too, because then you'll get all the news first of when we're going live, all of our sales, which, speaking of sales, I can't emphasize it enough. It's the 30th, so it's our 30 on 30. So check out Concord and 9th. So everything Concord and 9th is 30% off. So that's huge. Anything that's kind of catching your eye, now is the time to kind of grab it. So yes, I think that's everything. Tomorrow we have, it's Canada Day. Happy Canada Day, everyone, in advance. I'm taking part in a Canada Day video hop, where we kind of showcase Canadian companies and crafters, YouTubers specifically. So we'll have all that information tomorrow for you guys to hop along. There's, I think, over $1,300 worth of prizes. So lots of fun things happening. Let's see if I missed anything. Ooh, awesome, Karen. I'm glad. I love this kit. Like we were working on it for a really long time, and once everything came together, I am thrilled how everything works well. Lynette had a nice question. Where did you get the grid? The grid is just a transparency grid. I think I got it from like a different craft store. I've had it for years, but you could also just use any transparency grid. I also get into I mean, I like that it comes with a printed line, so you can kind of get a printed version, or sometimes I'll just use like a plain, like the packaging from like the stamp set if I just want to protect, because a lot of the times you just want to put it down to like arrange and like protect anything from like transferring. So I'll use that, or I'll use the grid. But again, thank you so much, everyone. Have a great rest of the day, and I hope you guys get to celebrate tomorrow and have a blast. So I'll see you guys all on Sunday. Bye.